This is Actar's Reviews, from anime to figures and beyond. Hey, this is Actar. Welcome to Actar's Figure Reviews. Today, not really much time to get into the box details, but we're going to review the DX Chogokin figure by Bandai of the VF-25F. This figure is from Macross Frontier, and it is the airplane of the protagonist, that is Alto Saotome. There are numerous features on the box. As can be seen on the back of the box, and we can see a very nice portrait of both the VF-25 in fighter mode and Battloid mode. We have a nice silver sticker and says Macross Frontier here, and I'm not really going to show you the inside, but the inside is styrofoam, and the figure is kept in a very safe condition because it is a very expensive figure. Now, it also comes with instruction booklet, guidebook over here, and the guidebook doesn't really say much, but the transformation itself. We have a brief description of the VF-25 and the plot of Macross Frontier, and we have a list of all the features and accessories of the model. Other than that, nothing much. Okay, let's take a closer look at the figure. We have various accessories that the figure comes with. First of all, we have its knife. The blade is a greenish silver color, and it's a little bit short and stubby. I guess that's the best you could do without having to risk poking your eyes out. We have several sets of hands. We have a pair of open palm hands. We have a pair of hands that are in a clenched fist, and we have a pair of hands that allow the figure to grasp its knife or gun pod. And here is the gun pod itself. The gun pod can be changed into its extended firing mode by pulling the barrel like so, and shifting the bottom part of the barrel to the back, and now the gun pod is in its full firing mode. The gun pod can be attached to the VF-25 in fighter mode, and all we have to do is take this clip and attach it to the gun pod, and it clips on just like this, and the clip pegs into a hole at the bottom of the fighter, and it stays there pretty well. Now we get to the figure. The VF-25 is the latest plane to come out of the Macross Frontier series. It is extremely beautiful fighter, and the design of it is simply fantastic. For the figure, it pretty accurately represents the VF-25 model. However, there are a few changes that can be considered significant. First of all, the color scheme is white, red, and black, the primary color scheme that is. We have the SMS logo, we have the SMS 007, and all the details of the plane are replicated here in fantastic accuracy, I should say, because we have all the little decals on the sides of the plane, the SMS logo. We have all the little touches and paint applications that make this a fantastic figure. We have SMS 007, we have the SMS logo at various places on the tail fin, so on and so forth. Now, some of the design changes, they are pretty obvious from the original line concept art to the figure itself, and that is, number one, its tail fin. The bottom tail fin is extremely small, and that is because of the small landing gear, and that's not to obstruct the figure. Now, the landing gear is a little bit small, and I have no idea why for the change. They could have made it longer, but perhaps it's also due to the fact that of the toy's design, the limitations of it being a toy. Now, this is a fantastic figure. I can say one of the features of the plane mode itself is that the cockpit can be opened like so, and this again, a very nice feature, and adds to the realism and interactivity of the figure. So to transform the figure, first of all, let's see, we'll need to push in the wings and flatten the back tail fin. We have to disconnect the wings from this peg and fold them up. So, remove the back shield, and the shield is just placed on this peg over here. It's not really a peg, it's more like it slides into the two hands. Next, what we do is to work on the legs. Now, the legs, we just lift this panel, flip up the tail fin, flip up the landing gear, close the rear landing gear hatch, and close the panel. And we do the same on the other side as well. Lift it up, flip the tail fin in, close the landing gear hatch, and we're done with the legs. That portion of the legs at least. Pull up the feet, and open them. Pull out the feet and open them. We take these two pieces and we can see that in the fighter mode that the pieces all line up extremely well. Put these two pieces down. And after that, let's put in the front landing gear first and fold the nose cone down. Next, we pull this entire piece down and detach it from the two pegs that are in front. Now we can see that this portion of the bottom part of the plane forms the legs, and the arms and the front of the plane form the main body. Now here is the tricky part. We have to actually finish working on the body. So we flip the entire nose cone down and snap it apart from this two pegs over here. This little clips into position. This is one of the hardest parts of the transformation, and we actually need to pull the head out from this, and we actually need to lift the head while pulling it back. The head is the most tricky part, arguably, of the transformation of the VF-25 in whatever form, be it the model or the DX Chogokin figure. And there we have a jump cut due to the fact that the head is extremely fiddly, as I have said. What we do after that is to turn the head 360 degrees, or 180 degrees that is, and we lift the chest of the body and slide the entire front of the plane under the chest, and later just reset the chest on top of the plane's nose. And the positioning of the headpiece is extremely important here, and it just rests on the front section of the plane. Then we rest the back portion of the plane on the cockpit. These two panels here, we lift this panel and we pull out the tab here. This tab will slide into this hole here and will form the waist of the figure. You need to position the two legs like so and lock the waist in place. Straighten the head and just make some final adjustments to the figure. And as you can see, it is a pretty complicated transformation, and the engineering on the VF-25 is simply remarkable. The figure is a DX Chogokin figure and extremely expensive due to the fact that there are numerous pieces of die-cast metal, and we can see that the die-cast metal is in the legs, we see that it is in the thighs of the figure, and we also see that it is in these two arm pieces of the figure as well. The articulation, it is pretty limited by the fact that the thigh pieces are extended here and hit the waist if you try to lift them up. We have articulation in the legs, we have articulation in the feet and arms, full articulation in the arms. Now the shield of the figure will go into the side of the arm, just like the VF-25 in the show. It is not necessary to change the hands, but as you can see, it is in this weird shape. So all we have to do, what we do is to remove the hand and replace it with any hand of your choosing. There we go. Last but not least, what I can say about this figure, that the paint is a little bit iffy in the sense that it is scratched very easily, and there are multiple scratches on this portion of my figure, and some of the paint elsewhere has been scratched as well. So you have to be extremely careful when dealing with this figure, and during this transformation I really hope I didn't scratch anything, because as you can see, my hands are in a very awkward position. So this is Zakta saying, see you guys in the next episode.
Can you hear me, my lovely boys and girls? 滑り出した奇跡は今俺にキャッチハ